Welcome to Rare Coin Master, where every coin tells a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Let's uncover the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary, one coin at a time. Imagine holding a tiny piece of metal in your hand, no bigger than your fingertip, yet carrying within it a story of history, artistry, and unimaginable value. This is the fascinating tale of the United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent coin from 2006, a coin that seems ordinary at first glance, but as we peel back its layers, we uncover a treasure that has captured the hearts of collectors all around the world. Coins are not just currency, they are silent storytellers, whispering secrets of the past, and this coin is no exception. The year 2006 was a remarkable time in the United Kingdom's coinage history, as the minting of coins during this period reflected a bridge between tradition and modernization. Among these coins, the Liberty 1 cent stood out. Though small, its design carried a profound meaning, echoing themes of freedom, resilience, and national pride. It was a coin that drew upon the essence of British craftsmanship while borrowing stylistic influences that gave it a universal appeal. Collectors often say that coins are miniature works of art, and when we look at the Liberty 1 cent of 2006, it's impossible not to agree. On the obverse, the coin proudly features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a symbol of continuity and strength, captured in a dignified pose. Her presence on this coin is a reminder of the monarchy's enduring legacy and the unity it represents for the United Kingdom. This portrait is not just any image, it is a finely detailed engraving that highlights the skill of the Royal Mint's artists, who carefully crafted every line to reflect realism and respect. It is a face recognized across the globe, and it gave this small coin a global recognition. Turn the coin to its reverse side, and you are greeted with something just as powerful. The Liberty design is striking, embodying a spirit that transcends borders. It represents not only the concept of freedom but also a connection between the United Kingdom and broader ideals that humanity holds dear. The artistry on the reverse is sharp, precise, and elegant, blending symbolism with aesthetics to create an impression that has fascinated both new and seasoned collectors. When it comes to minting details, the 2006 Liberty 1 cent was produced with precision and care at the Royal Mint. Though millions of coins were struck in various denominations that year, the Liberty 1 cent occupies a unique space. Certain editions were produced in smaller numbers, and special variations with distinctive qualities became sought-after treasures. For collectors, rarity is everything, and the scarcity of high-grade specimens from 2006 has elevated this coin's status. Condition is key, and coins that have survived in pristine mint state are nearly impossible to find, which only adds to their value. What makes this coin truly special is not just its beauty or its history, but the way it has captured imaginations. Collectors from across the world have chased after this coin, bidding passionately at auctions, sometimes pushing prices beyond expectations. The Liberty 1 cent has become more than a coin, it has become a symbol of aspiration for numismatists everywhere. Each collector dreams of discovering one in flawless condition, tucked away in an old collection or hidden in a forgotten drawer. The thrill of the hunt adds an element of mystery and excitement that money alone cannot buy. Stories often circulate within the coin collecting community about individuals who stumbled upon this coin without realizing its true worth. Imagine someone finding it in loose change or passed down through family, only to later discover that what they thought was just a simple coin could actually change their life forever. These tales inspire collectors and dreamers alike, making the Liberty 1 cent of 2006 a legend in its own right. Over the years, experts have studied the 2006 Liberty 1 cent extensively. They've noted its fine detailing, its unusual presence among United Kingdom coinage, and its appeal that crosses borders. While some coins remain local in their popularity, this coin has drawn international attention, placing it in a category that only a handful of coins ever reach. The balance of artistry, symbolism, and scarcity has ensured its place as a cornerstone in numismatic circles, but what truly leaves people stunned is its market value today. While ordinary coins from the same year may only be worth their face value, the Liberty 1 cent of 2006 in exceptional condition has broken barriers in terms of worth. At private sales and auctions, its price has been whispered about in astonishment. Collectors with deep pockets have been known to pay unimaginable amounts just to secure one of these elusive pieces. So, how much is this coin really worth? After exploring its story, its artistry, and its rarity, we arrive at the answer that leaves jaws dropping. The United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent coin from 2006 has been valued today at an astonishing $20 million. Yes, you heard that right, $20 million for a coin so small, yet so priceless. Its worth lies not only in its metal but in its history, its beauty, and the dreams it represents. Next time you look at a coin, remember that sometimes, the smallest treasures hold the greatest secrets. Who knows, perhaps one day you'll stumble across a Liberty 1 cent of 2006 and find yourself holding not just a coin, but a fortune in your hand. Imagine holding a small piece of history in your hand, something so ordinary yet so powerful that it carries the weight of an entire era. A coin may look like just metal to most people, but for collectors, historians, and treasure seekers, every coin tells a story of nations, people, and time. Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of the 1974 United Kingdom Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin that has captured the imagination of numismatists around the globe. This coin is more than just a currency, it's a symbol of art, culture, and the mystery that comes with rarity. And by the end of this story, you will discover why this coin has become one of the most desirable pieces in numismatic history, with an astounding value of up to $1.5 million in the collector's market. Picture the year 1974. The world was shifting through political changes, economic turbulence, and cultural revolutions. Coins minted during this period were not just monetary tools, but reflections of a society's values and its struggles. The Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1974 stands as one such creation, linking the ideals of liberty, freedom, and heritage to a small but mighty artifact. When you first look at this coin, it might seem like just another quarter, but upon closer inspection, you'll notice the intricate details that set it apart. The obverse side, with the Liberty motif, isn't just a design. It represents the very essence of independence and symbolizes the timeless spirit of freedom. Each curve, each inscription, was deliberately crafted to stand the test of time. Now imagine the coin traveling through history. From the hands of a worker in the 1970s buying a loaf of bread, to the hands of a collector decades later recognizing its rarity and worth, this journey is what makes coins fascinating. The 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar carries this magic. Unlike common circulation coins, many of these pieces were struck in limited numbers, creating scarcity that fuels today's incredible demand. And scarcity, as every collector knows, is the key to astronomical value. But what makes this coin so unique? First, the minting process of the era. In 1974, technology was not as refined as today, which means that mint errors were more common. Some of these coins display slight anomalies in strikes, off-center images, or unusual markings. To a casual spender in 1974, these imperfections may have gone unnoticed, but to today's collector, they are golden treasures. A simple minting flaw can transform a standard quarter into a masterpiece worth a fortune. The Liberty Quarter Dollar is a prime example of how history, error, and rarity combine to create immense value. Collectors often describe coins like this as frozen moments in time. Every dent, every scratch, tells the story of where it has been. Some 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollars remained untouched, preserved in mint condition, while others passed through countless hands, exchanged in markets, shops, and banks. Those pristine, uncirculated examples are now considered jewels in collections, selling for staggering sums at auctions. And even circulated ones, depending on their condition, command attention from enthusiasts all over the world. The appeal of the 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar isn't just about its rarity, it's about its symbolism. Liberty has always been an ideal cherished by nations and individuals. This coin became a small but powerful reminder of the fight for independence, democracy, and equal rights. People are not just buying metal when they pay millions for this coin, they are buying into a story, a legacy that transcends time. And stories, as we know, are priceless. Let's take a moment to talk about the artistry of the coin. The designs of the 1970s had a distinctive character, blending traditional elements with modern touches. The Liberty Quarter Dollar stands out with its detailed imagery, sharp engravings, and a balance that makes it visually stunning. When light hits its surface, the reflections highlight the beauty of craftsmanship from an era when every detail mattered. To hold such a coin is to appreciate the artistry of minting as much as its monetary value. As the years passed, collectors began to realize the importance of this coin. Auction houses started listing them, and bids went higher than expected. The coin's reputation grew, and so did its mystique. Rumors of rare variants spread, and stories circulated of individuals who found one hidden in old collections, suddenly turning into millionaires overnight. Imagine stumbling upon a 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar in your attic or in a forgotten coin jar. The thought alone gives chills to coin enthusiasts who dream of finding hidden treasures. The collector market thrives on rarity and stories, and the 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar provides both. Over the years, prices skyrocketed, especially for those preserved in near-perfect condition. Today, it's not surprising to hear about collectors willing to pay up to $1.5 million for one of these coins. Why such a high value? Because only a few exist in such pristine state, and demand among wealthy collectors has outpaced availability. When something is rare and carries historical significance, its price can only go one way, up. Think about how remarkable this is. A coin once worth just 25 cents now valued in the millions. This transformation from pocket change to fortune tells us something profound about history, perception, and human desire. It reminds us that sometimes, the things we overlook in everyday life can turn out to be extraordinary treasures in the future. For those who dream of building collections, the 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar serves as a beacon. It teaches patience, passion, and the art of recognizing value where others see none. Coin collecting isn't just about amassing objects, it's about connecting with history, preserving culture, and sometimes, uncovering hidden wealth. The story of this coin embodies all those lessons in one small piece of metal. Now, as you listen to this, perhaps you're imagining what it would feel like to own such a treasure. To open a small velvet case, look inside, and see the gleam of a 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar staring back at you. That feeling, that connection to history, is what drives collectors to spend fortunes. It is not just ownership, it's stewardship of a legacy. And here comes the big revelation, the climax of our story. The United Kingdom Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1974, a coin that began as a simple piece of currency, has achieved a collector's value of up to $1.5 million. Yes, $1.5 million for something once worth 25 cents. This jaw-dropping figure is not just about the metal, it's about everything the coin represents: history, liberty, rarity, and the timeless allure of treasure. So, the next time you come across an old coin, remember this story. What may seem like a small piece of change could hold a history worth telling and a value worth dreaming about. The 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar proves that hidden among ordinary things, extraordinary treasures await those who believe in stories, in history, and in the endless pursuit of discovery. Imagine holding a small coin from 1989 in your hand. To most people, it might look like just another old piece of change, something that could have easily been lost in the cushions of a sofa or forgotten in a drawer for decades. But coins are far more than simple tools of trade. Each one is a silent witness to history, a small artifact that carries the story of the time in which it was minted. The 1989 United States of America 2 pence coin is a remarkable example of this truth. Its history, its design, and its survival have turned it into something extraordinary, a coin that some people once ignored but which today has shocked the collecting world with its incredible value of $31,000. The year 1989 was a turning point in modern history. Around the world, major events were reshaping society. The Berlin Wall was about to fall, signaling the beginning of the end of the Cold War. Technology was advancing rapidly, from computers to communication systems, laying the foundation for the digital age. In the United States, there was a sense of both change and optimism, and the economy was navigating through a complex era. Against this backdrop, coins were being minted every day, moving quietly into circulation to support the daily lives of millions. Yet within this flow of ordinary currency, certain coins, like the 1989 Two Pence, were destined to stand out. The design of the 2 pence coin reflects both artistry and tradition. On one side, the proud face of liberty captures the enduring spirit of freedom, crafted with fine details that have stood the test of time. On the other side, the classic reverse design ties the coin to American heritage, emphasizing strength, stability, and identity. Though these coins were mass-produced, each one carried with it the precision and skill of engravers and mint workers. They were small, yes, but they were miniature works of art, representing not just economic value but also national pride. But what makes the 1989 Two Pence truly fascinating is not just its design, but the process of its minting. Coins are struck at astonishing speeds, billions of them produced in a year to meet the demand of circulation. The machinery, though advanced, was still subject to wear and tear. Dies would wear down, mint marks could shift, strikes could land slightly off-center, and tiny variations appeared. To the public, these were imperfections barely worth noticing. But to collectors, they became treasures. An error here, a rare strike there, suddenly, what was once ordinary became extraordinary. The 1989 Two Pence is one of those coins that captured that magic. Imagine being a mint worker in 1989, watching thousands of coins pour out every hour. The goal was efficiency, not perfection. Yet, through this constant movement, anomalies slipped into circulation. At the time, nobody thought much of it. People spent the coins, carried them in their pockets, and passed them along without a second thought. But decades later, collectors began to notice. They studied these coins, compared details, and realized that certain examples were unlike the rest. These small quirks, these imperfections, were precisely what made some of these coins so incredibly rare and valuable. To understand the beauty of the 1989 Two Pence, one must also understand the culture of the time. The late 1980s were filled with change, from music and fashion to technology and politics. Every coin struck during this period became part of the backdrop of daily American life. A child might have used it to buy candy at a corner store. A worker could have dropped it into a vending machine. A parent may have saved it in a jar for household expenses. These simple, everyday uses gave the coin life. And yet, among the millions that circulated, a few were spared. Some were tucked away, intentionally or accidentally, preserved in excellent condition, waiting for their story to unfold decades later. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A coin that has been heavily used, worn down, and scratched tells one kind of story, but its monetary value to collectors is often low. A coin that was never circulated, however, or preserved carefully in near-mint state, tells a different story. Its details remain sharp, its luster shines, and it stands out as something far more desirable. The 1989 Two Pence that achieved extraordinary value wasn't just any coin, it was one preserved in pristine condition, with characteristics that made it a standout rarity among its peers. Collectors are drawn to coins not only for their physical attributes but for the thrill of discovery. There's something magical about searching through jars, drawers, or collections and suddenly realizing that a coin in your hand is not common at all. Stories abound of people finding rare treasures in the most unexpected places, at flea markets, in inherited collections, or even in pocket change. The 1989 Two Pence has become one of those legendary finds, the kind that inspires collectors to keep looking, to keep searching, because you never know when fortune might strike. What makes this coin even more powerful is its emotional connection. Think about it, every coin has a journey. It may have been exchanged in thousands of transactions, passed from hand to hand, pocket to pocket. It has seen daily life up close, quietly existing in the background of countless moments. But when preserved, it becomes more than just money. It becomes a time capsule, a snapshot of 1989 frozen in metal. Owning such a coin is like owning a piece of history, one that connects the past to the present in a tangible, meaningful way. Over time, collectors and historians have studied the 1989 Two Pence carefully. They have catalogued its varieties, documented its errors, and celebrated its rarity. Auction houses have featured it, bidders have competed fiercely for it, and its reputation has only grown stronger. For beginner collectors, it stands as a symbol of why you should always pay attention, always examine closely, because hidden within the most ordinary objects can be the most extraordinary treasures. And now, we arrive at the part that excites everyone, the value. One particular example of the 1989 United States of America Two Pence, kept in remarkable condition and showcasing unique mint characteristics, stunned the numismatic community. It was appraised, brought to auction, and sold for an unbelievable $31,000. Yes, a coin that could have easily been mistaken for pocket change turned out to be worth more than many people's yearly salary. This breathtaking fact reminds us of an important truth: never underestimate the value of what you hold in your hands. Coins are small, but their stories are immense. The 1989 Two Pence coin is proof that the everyday can become extraordinary, that hidden treasures are waiting to be discovered, and that history lives in the smallest of details. So the next time you come across an old coin, pause for a moment. Take a closer look. Because just like the 1989 Two Pence worth $31,000, it could be more valuable than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more amazing coin stories.